Hi everybody, my name is Jon Mills and I am the Drunken Nerd Painter. So we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be doing this painting in real time as opposed to time-lapsing it. So real quickly, let me go over what we'll be ejaculating on this canvas here today. Now like I said, what we're going to have to do is keep this painting a little bit more simple than usual. But we're still going to want to paint something that's worth painting, of course. So what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a fucking purple sky, right? Then I'm seeing a fucking blue-ass ocean and like a medium-sized mountain right here, okay? I'm gonna have a big-ass fucking orange moon right here, and then right here at the bottom, our focal point, I'm gonna paint an image of Medusa from her stomach up. We're gonna have her fucking gigantic tits just exploding out everywhere. I may put some nipple rings in there too. And then on her head, we're gonna have the fucking snakes just curling and doing this and that and whatever. I don't really know. So, I hope you have your beer and your paintbrushes ready. Let's do this shit. Alright, first, let's start off with our sky. We're going to do a little purple right here, and we're just going to start fucking squirting and ejaculating this purple all over the sky. At the top, we're going to try and keep it dark and let it get a little bit lighter toward the horizon. I actually think it's supposed to be the opposite way, but it looks good to me, so we're going to fucking do that. We're just getting a fucking purple wash of this shit on there. We just need some, you know, nice light color to indicate the background. I think I'm gonna stop right here. You can actually use some tape right here to make your horizon perfectly straight if you like. That works out really good too. Okay, wash the brush out here. Alright, now, for our water source right here. I got me some fucking blue, right? We're just going to start from the outside edge and start pulling it in that way. Now, I'm going to leave a little light mark in the middle for our light source. So I'm just going to put it like that, kind of lighten it up a little bit. And like I said, just start fucking squirting and ejaculating this color everywhere. In the drunken painting style, you can do whatever you like. Doesn't take any type of specific paints. You can use oil or acrylic, doesn't matter. I'm just cleaning my brush out right here because I'm gonna go back through it and kind of wipe it out a little bit. But you can use oil or acrylic. You can use any type of brushes you like. The main thing about this style is don't let what you think your limitations are dictate what you paint. You paint the images that you want to see. So if you want to see something like this, fucking paint that shit. Doesn't matter if you think it's beyond your technical capabilities. Doesn't fucking matter. Do it anyway. As long as you put your whole heart and your whole balls into it, you can achieve anything. I know you can. Now right here, I want to throw a couple little water lines in there to kind of give an indication of flow and movement. So we just got our palette knife here, and I got some regular ass white. You can put as many of these in as you like, or as few. But this really does help. This canvas is your world. You can ejaculate any image that you want to see onto it. Don't try and paint something that you think people will like. Paint what you know you will like. Paint the images that you want to see. A lot of this is getting covered up by Medusa's big ass titties anyway. Alright then. Alright, so right here, let's go ahead and throw our big ass fucking moon in there. So, figure out where you want the son of a bitch at and just start fucking squirting it in there. And I want a big motherfucker right here. Clean my brush off a little bit. There we go. Now, with my finger, I'm going to go into some white, and I'm just going to go to the center right here. I'm just going to start pulling that bitch out like this. Go back in, start from the center, and just pull it out a little bit, just like this. Okay, now, I'm going to take my fucking fan brush right here, right? Now let's throw some fucking clouds in here. I'm going to dip my fucking fan brush in some of this white. And I don't want a lot of them, I just want a couple stringy clouds here. Let's take one, go right over that son of a bitch right there. Again, most of these, if not all, well, at least most of them, are going to get covered up by a big ass fucking mountain. But anyway, we're going to take that same fan brush, right? Dip it in some water. Actually, I'll go ahead and clean that son of a bitch off. Dip it in some water, wipe it down a little bit. We're using acrylic paint here, by the way. And we're going to start doing this fucking shit right here. Just to kind of smooth them out. Go back to the water as you need it. If you get nervous while doing this, have yourself a sip. If your hands start to get a little shaky or whatever, have yourself another sip. That's how we do it in the Jon Mills style. We lay the hammer down and we don't give a fuck about what people say or what they think. We only care about what we think. Because we paint the images that we want to see. Okay. Okay, so I think it's about time we go ahead and put our mountain in here. Let's put the background part of it in there first. Just going to use the palette knife here. I live in the United States in the South, and I live out in the fucking woods, so if I go to my back door and I open it up, I see a bunch of fucking trees and bushes and shit. I also like to watch a lot of fantasy stuff like Lord of the Rings and play video games. And I really love porn. And I use all of these influences in my paintings. You know, there's so much negative shit in the world right now. People mad about everything. People mad at each other. People saying things to get people mad. People fucking taking offense to everything. Some of the fights are justified, but a lot of it is just people fucking being mad and shit. Me, I don't like to do none of that shit. I like to live in a fucking awesome place. And in this world right here, it's fucking filled with awesomeness. There's fucking awesome shit everywhere, man. Why don't you focus on that shit? But anyway, that's just me. I'm just gonna take a fucking 1-inch brush and just start fucking squirting and ejaculating this mountain color down to kind of spread it out. I got a little bit of the orange in there, but that's cool. This is kind of a classic mountain. You know, it's a little bit bigger than I originally intended, but like I said, that's perfectly fine. I mentioned I like porn. I do like me some pornography. Classy stuff though. If you see right here, some of our fucking color dripped into our ocean. And like I said, that's okay, we just got to paint a little bit too thin. So what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to take a fucking clean brush, which this one right here is fairly clean. I'm just going to fucking wipe that shit out. And that works right there really good. So now, let's get ourselves a sip. I gotta put some fucking highlights on this. So we're just gonna use white for our light side. So I got my fucking palette knife, I got some fucking white on that shit. And we're just gonna start putting this shit where we think the light is gonna strike. So it's pretty much gonna fucking strike right here. It's gonna blend a little bit with that brown color, but that's pretty fucking sweet. Just let this shit happen, son. Just let it happen. Don't sit there and fucking agonize about it and think about it too much. Just let the shit happen. And I promise you, if you put your entire heart and your entire ball sack into this, whatever you put on this canvas, it's gonna end up being fucking beautiful. I guarantee it. As long as you put your entire heart into it. And you get your couple beers in you. Looks pretty good right there. So now I'm gonna take some of this fucking blue. And I'm gonna put a little bit of this white in there just to lighten it up a little bit. Kind of differentiate it from the ocean there because it is the same ocean color. And we'll just take some of this fucking blue and start squirting it on there too. Just wherever you think the fucking shadows are gonna be getting to. If you get nervous here, like I said, take you a sip. You don't need expensive beers. You don't need expensive equipment. Hell, you don't even really need equipment. You can do entire paintings just with your fingers. The most important thing is do it the way you want to and paint what you want to. If you do that, that's the drunken painting style. Looks good right there. Just throw a little bit more of this fucking blue up in this bitch. Oh, there we go. Yeah, son. And I'm just gonna put a little bit somewhere in here. Maybe there's some ridges there and shit. And even some a little bit kind of up in here. So maybe some fucking light found its way up in there. And I think we got ourselves a sweet fucking mountain right there. I'll tell you what, let's throw a big ass fucking reflection of this mountain in the water. And the way I'm gonna do that is I just got a tiny little bit of black on my canvas right here. Or excuse me, on my palette. And I'm gonna thin the fucking shit out of it in water. Alright? Literally to the point where it's fucking dripping. Just put shitloads of water up in that bitch. If you're using oils, you can obviously just use paint thinner. So we're gonna get just a little bit on our fucking thing. Let me show you right here. See how thin that is? See it fucking dripping? Just wait till that shit's fucking dripping and just start fucking squirting this in. And it's gonna be a tiny, I mean, it's gonna be very transparent. And you ain't gotta be perfect here. And if you like to, it's probably a good idea to just do the outline of the mountain first. And then go back and kind of just block it in. Get a little bit more paint on the fucking brush, right? And once again, this is the thing where it doesn't have to be perfect. And in fact, if it's not perfect, that actually works out better. Because light's fucking reflecting and shit in the water anyway. See, that looks good right there. Put a little more water in this. And you just see this shit as you're painting. You have an initial plan, you see what's up, you're like, oh shit, I think I fucking need that too. Throw it in. Just fucking throw that shit in there. Be confident with the brush. Be confident as fuck. And just like that, we got a fucking reflection. Okay, so I think it's about time we put in our big titty Medusa. Now, if you don't want a big titty Medusa, leave it out. Or if you want to replace her with like a big wiener dude or something, you can totally do that shit too. It's whatever your heart desires. Now then, me personally, I don't do any tracing of patterns. If you want to draw this out with like pencil or something first, you can totally do that. Do it the best way that you can do, okay? So what I'm going to do first, I'm actually going to draw the boobs first because we're going to show it from her torso up. So, and the main focal point is the boobs and the nips, okay? So what we're going to do here, I tell you what, let's just let's do this shit right here. So that's going to be one boob. I'm not happy with the fullness there. There we go. And this is just the outline. So we can fuck up in the middle. It's okay. This boob's going to be pointing forward that way. The other boob is going to be facing towards you. Okay. So this right here. There we go. Just try and get a little bit more roundness on that. There you go. Okay, I'm really liking that. It's looking real good so far. And like I said, once again, we're just getting the general outline of the boobs in place first. We'll throw the shoulders and stuff like that in there in just a minute. There we go. Now, this is going to be the waist. And for me, I like the boob meat to explode way beyond the upper torso line. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Now arm-wise, again, we're going to keep this a little bit simple. So we're just going to do the shoulders like this. We're just going to go straight down with that shit. If you'd like to give this painting a try, I'd love to see your images or video of it. You can send it to jonsnerdrage@gmail.com. That's Jon's Nerd Rage, spelled just like my YouTube channel, no H. And I'd love to see it, and if you actually do send it to me, I will gladly show it on one of my shows. Or if you do any type of painting in the drunken painting style, please feel free to send it to me. Them shoulders turn out a little bit big, but that's okay. We can correct that with the boobs. We can make them a little bit larger. But like I said, right now we're just trying to get a general outline. And in fact, let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to extend these boobs out a little bit more. Be confident with the brush. Don't be scared of it. If you're ever scared to touch the brush to the canvas, what you need to do is you need to take yourself a sip, and like I said, you can drink beer, you can drink wine, you can drink liquor, you can even drink champagne. You can drink moonshine, it doesn't fucking matter, as long as it's got alcohol in it. And if you get nervous, take you a sip, and then immediately take your brush and put it to the canvas. You don't have to move it anywhere. Just put your brush to the canvas. Now I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and put in the head. So I want her slightly facing up a little bit. And that actually works out real good for me. I'm used to drawing that. So we're going to do it like this. And this is going to be your chin right here. Now sometimes it's hard to get the proportions right. If you fuck the proportions up and you're unable to go back and fix it, don't worry about it. Keep going. Okay? Just don't worry about it. We learn every time we paint. Every fucking time we paint, we learn. And the next time, your painting's going to be better, or it's going to be more so to what your vision of it was to be originally. Okay? No image I have ever painted looked exactly like it did in my head. In fact, no image I've ever painted even looked close. But I've been happy with every painting I've ever done because I know I put my entire heart and my entire ball sack into it. This particular one, the shoulders, or excuse me, the head is a little bit bigger than what it should be. So I'll tell you what, we're going to go in here and we're going to correct this a little bit. And I'm actually very happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and block it in. Okay, so right here I have my character blocked in with a solid color. Now what we want to do is, as you can see, when you block the entire character in, you lose some of the defining details in the middle. So for example, the boob meat right here, it's just blocked in with color. Now that bottom layer has dried a little bit, so I still see my outline a little bit. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of a darker color, which I'm gonna take some of this brown right here, and I'm gonna mix it with some of my skin tone. Whatever type of skin tone you're using, just add a little bit of a darker color to it to darken it up. Now what this is meant for is this is meant for the cracks and crevices. So up underneath the boob meat a little bit, where the shoulders are, those general areas like that, that's where we're gonna go in and put our defining characteristics. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit of this shit right here, and it's almost like outlining it, okay? But it's basically, it's outlining it with shadow, okay? Now up here, you're not gonna see it as much because that's in the light, but you are outlining this to an extent with shadow, all right? So like for example, right there, I'm using a little bit of darker color. Right over here where the shoulder and the arm is, or actually around the other area, we're going to put a little bit there, and that's going to give a little bit of a defining characteristic to that. And once again, it's basically just outlining it. Now what I like to do is I like to take my finger here, make sure it's dry, and just kind of rub that in. So rub it all in the boob meat, okay? Okay, now down here we need a little bit of a shadow color too, so let me get my paint wet. Oh, so right about Sean. So right about in this area right here. We're going to put it right here. Now, as I can see right here, I blocked in a little too much, so I'm actually going to have to go back in there with some of that watercolor and kind of correct that. But mistakes are going to happen, especially when you're using the drunken style, because once again, you are fucking drinking. So a lot of this is trial and error sometimes, but it's okay. Once again, we're going to rub that in. Now also up to here where the shoulder blades are, we want to put a little bit of this right here, and that's just going to give it a little bit of a defining thing. You can use a lighter color. I'm just using the darker color because I have it available to me right now. Okay, and that takes care of some of our shadows around the actual boob meat. Okay, so let's go in here and let's put some of the defining characteristics of her face and boobs. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put in the eyes, we're going to put in the lips, and we're going to put in the nipples. Okay, so let's start with the eyes first. So I have just my little liner brush right here. Okay, and I'm just going to go into some white. Okay, and we're just going to do a general outline of the white of the eyes. Okay, and this paint is semi-dry. If you're using oil-based paint, you certainly want to thin this out. We're just going to throw a nice little eye in there, okay? And we're going to block that in. Now, when you have an unlimited amount of time at home, put a lot of detail into this. Put a lot of detail in this. Put as much as you want. You can do this with a one hair brush if you want to. Okay, now I'm going to let that sit there for a second and kind of semi-dry. It is acrylic paint, so it dries very fast. But while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and take me some red here. And let's go ahead and put some lips in here. So, figure out where your lips are going to be. And I like full lips. But she's going to have a little bit of a smirk on her face because, I mean, this is Medusa and she's trying to turn your sorry ass to stone. Let's block that in a little bit. I'm using a liner brush here, but you can use a little filbert brush. It don't fucking matter. Let's make those a little bit fuller. There we go. Okay, I like that right there. I'm gonna wash this brush off real quick. I'm going to go back with some black, okay? Let's go back to the eyes. So I'm just loading this fucking brush with black. And what we're going to do that shit right there. And if you do this over wet paint, it is going to mix with it a little bit, but that's okay. That shit's okay. We got the black of the eyes in here. I'm going to wipe this brush down while the black is still on it. And I'm going to go back to the lips here, and I'm going to kind of try to give a defining line between the upper and the lower lips. Okay, so we're going to do that, and I'm going to go back with my finger and kind of rub it out just to blend it together. Just to give a little bit of a line there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to wash that black off the brush. kind of wipe it down. Doesn't have to be perfectly clean. I want her actual eyes to be green. So I'm gonna go in here, throw a little dot in there. Maybe two of them. Tap it with my finger. And then cover that up just a little bit with some black. And I think that works out pretty good for that. So let's go and let's concentrate on her nipples real quick. Now, when you put eyes on a face, to me, it just seems like it brings the character to life. Same thing with the nips. When you throw nips on the boobs, it just brings the whole boobs to life. So, now you can make the nipples any color you prefer. I'm going with a light pink for the areolas, and then I'm going to go for a dark red, very dark red for the actual nips themselves. But let's throw the areolas in first. Now the position of your nipples will indicate where the boob is pointing. Now I want this boob pointing that way, okay? So we're going to put the nips somewhere over in this vicinity right there, okay? And try not to make these nipples perfectly round. Or you can, again, this is your painting, you do whatever you like, but me personally, I don't like them they're perfectly round. And I say that and I made a perfectly round nipple. Now, the other nipple over here, this boob is pointing straight towards you. So we want the nipple dead center. So let me get a little bit more of this areola color. Let's do a little bit more dead center. Oh, let me get a little bit more red in that. Oh, there we go, that's nice. Oh, that's good right there. All right. And I'm going with a little bit of a medium-sized areola. You can make big ones, you can make very tiny ones. Whatever you prefer. Now I'm going to take this dark red color right here, just the red that I used to mix with it to make the nipples, or excuse me, the areolas, and I'm going to go back in and I'm going to throw a little nip in there. So this one, once again, is facing that way a little bit, so we want to put the nip a little bit off center, okay? Maybe something like that. There we go. I'm just going to wipe that down right there. Same thing with the other side. Once again, this nip is facing forward, so we're going to want to put that one dead center right in the middle. And like I said, that brings the entire boobs to life. Okay. Let's go in here and concentrate on Medusa's head of snakes themselves. So what I got here, I got some brown, I got some black, and I got some white. And then I have my little filbert brush, okay? So let's take some of this brown. I'm not mixing this or anything, I'm just going straight with it. Now Medusa's hair, like I said, is all over the fucking place. So what we're gonna do is just start doing shit like that, okay? And we're just gonna wanna put these pretty much about everywhere, okay? We don't want to get too wild with this because we do have to put detail in each and every strand of her hair because they're all individual snakes. Okay, now I want one right here. Let's have that one going this way. Tell you what, let's have another one going that way. We don't want to. There we go. Okay. Tell you what, we're going to put a small one right here going out that way. Perfect. Well, actually, let's make it a little bit longer. There we go. I'll tell you what, we're going to do one more, just wherever you feel it would be necessary. Now, I'll tell you what we're going to do too. We're going to go back in here. We're going to put a little filbert brush aside. I'm going to give them a little 1-inch brush. Now, I'm going to put a lot of fucking of that brown color on there. And I'm going to start blocking it in right here. Okay? Just start blocking it in. Because we don't want to see bald spots and shit there. And that right there, ooh, I'll tell you what, let's go back down a little bit there. Go back to our filbert brush. We need something right about here. And these snakes, obviously, they can cross over each other. Don't be afraid to do that. You just have to remember which one crosses over which when you go back to put your highlights in. And we're just fucking ejaculating these snakes everywhere. Everywhere that seems reasonable. And I'll tell you, we're going to have one going straight down here right to the nip. That shit's fucking hot right there. Real fucking hot. Now we're going to take that same brown color, and on the end of each one, we're going to put a little bit of some girth up here. Okay, now that's obviously for the head of the snake itself. Now, like I said, if you have unlimited time, go ahead and put as much detail as you want. That one crosses out. Put as much detail as you want into this. Now this one by the nip, try and give it a little bit more detail. Something like that right there. I don't want to cover up my nipple though. Alright, now I'm going to go back with my palette knife, and I got some white on the canvas. I'm going to get some fucking white on my palette knife. And we're going to throw in some fucking highlights and shadow colors here. So once again, we're just touching it. We don't want a crazy amount of detail. We just want a little bit of color on each individual one. And like I said, once again, remember which ones cross over which. So that one obviously crosses over that one. That one's going to cross over that one. This one's above. And if you fuck up and you put one above another one and it ain't supposed to be, just change the orientation of it. There's no preset law here. You're in control of this. This is your fucking world, and you lay the hammer down the way you see fit. Even if you know, accidentally fuck it up. Like right here, we go back in, add 2 more heads there. A little more of that brown color. A little bit right there. Take my palette knife, get some more white in there. Add a little bit more color. Just fucking ejaculate this everywhere. And like I said, if you have more time than me, put as much detail as you want. But that's just a little bit of an indication. Okay then. Okay, so for these nipples right here, I promised you some rings, so let me get you a couple rings here. You can do any kind of nipple rings you want. I'm just going to do little barbells here. Put a little bit right there. A little dot at the end, a little dot at the rim. You can do the little circle thing too if you want. And I just mix a little bit of white with the black on my palette. And I think we have a completed painting right here. I think it's just time for a little bit of signature. I sign mine in red, but you use whatever color that you prefer. And I certainly hope you enjoyed watching me paint today. This just goes to show you that with the power of alcohol and your imagination, we can achieve anything. You can do it. I know you can. My name is Jon Mills. I am the Drunken Nerd Painter. Have a nice day. Hey everybody, this is Jon Mills. If you like what you just saw, check out another by clicking on one of the videos in front of you right now. You can also follow me on Twitter at jonsnerdrage, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.